Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Hey man, Overreaction Monday is officially here. Week 12 damn near in the books. Let's go, man. Let's talk about it, man. We had a lot of good games, a couple blowouts, a lot of disappointing play. Uh, yeah, man. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's go, man. Let's go. Hey, before we talk about it though, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell. All of that. Leave a comment. Tell me I don't know nothing about football because I know y'all want to. And let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get right into it, man. Let's go ahead. We're going to run down a couple of most of the games. I'm not going to talk about all of these games because some of these games don't deserve to be talked about. But I will get through most of them. So we're going to start from the top, just on ESPN, looking at each game. So I'm going to start from the top. The first game here, the Raiders and the Falcons. Man, the Raiders blew that shit. The Raiders blew that one. They were not ready for this one. They were not ready. Usually the Raiders can keep themselves in the game, even despite being a run-heavy team. They're usually pretty good at keeping themselves in games, but this one just got away from them. It happens. 6-5 on the year. They're still well within the playoff race in the AFC, I believe. They just got away from them. Derek Carr played pretty bad. They couldn't get the run going, and they were in a negative game script most of the game. Well, no, actually, they were in a negative game script most of the second half. I think it was fairly close until the second half, and then Falcons just kind of blew it wide open. Yeah, that sucks, but they'll bounce back. I'm not sure who they play next week. They got the Jets next week. They'll be fine. They got the Jets next week. It's an easy win. Falcons, nothing much to say about them. I mean, they showed out. That offense showed out. We all know how dynamic that offense can be. They didn't even have Julio, so that's good to see. Other than that, they're not really in the playoff race. Yeah, let's move on. That's it. Now, this game, I'm a big-time Chargers fan, if you don't know. Chargers-Bills, 27-17 Bills. I got a lot to say about this game, man. I got a lot to say. First off, the Bills did their thing the first three quarters. They did their thing. They were up 24-14 going into the fourth. But let's just talk specifically about the fourth quarter. That was supposed to be a win for us. If you look at that game, if you watch the game, or if you watch the highlights, just go to the fourth quarter. Look how many times the Bills turned the ball over. They fumbled, I believe, twice, and then they threw a pick. Mike Davis, cornerback for the Chargers, made an incredible, ridiculous play on a beautiful route. I can't remember who ran the route, but somebody ran a really good route. It was like a three-cut route, and Michael Davis played it to perfection and picked it off. They didn't want to win this game. They wanted us to win this game, and we still couldn't win. And I don't like to blame all of the blame on the coach, place all the blame on the coach, because when you lose, it's a collective effort. It's obviously a collective effort. If you play football, if you play sports, most of the time you lose, it's a team effort. But this time, this was just bad. This is bad coaching. This was terrible coaching. I'm looking at the play calling, and it's been like this all year. It's just really it really was amplified this game, but like all year it's been like this. All freaking year. The play calling is terrible. He's too busy trying to run the ball. He has one of the most talented young quarterbacks on his team right now. Rookie Justin Herbert, who's throwing for 300 yards despite your run heavy scheme. Still throw the ball a little bit more. Run some better plays. It was good to see Austin Eckler back. He didn't really have much in the run game, but he had a lot in the passing game because of Justin Herbert. But he's just they're so stuck on this run heavy scheme. And then on top of that, just the last play of the game, the last series of the game, the Hail Mary, okay, cool. Tyron Johnson caught it, cool, great play. Bills need to work on their Hail Mary defense, because apparently that's not the first time that's happened. But get the shit up the field. And maybe it's a Justin Herbert thing because he is a rookie, but I don't know. Because I feel like Justin Herbert would have spiked there. I feel like he's conscious enough to know that. Why are we running a play? You're inside the 5. You just ran a crazy Hail Mary play. You have a chance. You don't have a great, because you're down 10. You're down 2 scorers. So you don't really have a great chance to win the game. Spike the ball, though. Spike the ball. Try to get a quick touchdown. Try to get an onside kick. Maybe another Hail Mary. The Bills are bad at Hail Marys. You get another Hail Mary chance. So maybe we can win the game. But I don't know, man. It's just, that was just That was not good. I've been calling for Gus Bradley's head since like a couple weeks ago. His defense is trash in the fourth quarter. We're bottom. We're in the bottom of the barrel when it comes to team defense. It's just bad, man. This team is too talented for us to be this bad. And it's nothing. You can't really, like I said, it's hard to blame coaching all the way. But like when you have a talented team like this, and you're still not winning games, it's hard. It's, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of player mistakes, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do with the coaching and the scheme. So we just got to. Anthony Lynn's got to go. He's got to go. If it's not sooner, it's got to be at least by the end of the season. So that's my take on that. The Bills, there's nothing to say about them. They gave that game away and still won. So whatever. Next game, the Giants come away with a close win against the Bengals, 19-7. The word on the street is the Giants actually have pretty good defense. They have I was looking on a Pro Football Reference, and they have I don't know how credible that is, but that's what I use. I use it for football and basketball. But they have a top 10 defense. They're number 10, literally. So word on the street is they have a pretty good defense. Daniel Jones gets hurt, pulls his hamstring, throwing the football. So we'll see how that goes. I think they had Colt McCoy in there. Damn, I haven't heard Colt McCoy's name in a minute. But they squeaked that one away. I mean, other than the fact that they have pretty good defense, I don't know what else to say. The Bengals still stink. Prayers up for Joe Burrow, man. That sucked, man. That sucks seeing him go down like that, because I still think Justin Herbert was going to win it anyways, but he was probably going to win Rookie of the Year just because he was the number 1 overall pick, even though I still think Herbert should still win it. And he's probably going to win it now even more now that he's hurt. Burrow's hurt, but yeah, man. Next, Titans and Colts. This was the first game that I watched. Because I was like, oh, this is a divisional matchup. Yeah, they're gonna clash. I like this. And my boy Phillip, I gotta rep my boy Phillip because he'll always be a Charger. He will always be a Charger. But game got kind of out of hand early. Freaking Derrick Henry. Oh my God, that guy Derrick Henry. 27 carries, 178 yards, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns in the first half. Hat trick in the first half. This boy is ridiculous, man. Titans took that division. The Colts are still well within that race, man, because the Colts are still a very good team. They just ran into the Titans. Titans were hot. Ryan Tannehill's pro. He's a professional, and he's really good at playing mistake-free football, keeping the ball in the hands of the Titans, not turning it over, making smart plays, making smart throws, and then he's got Derrick Henry to carry the load. So, and then you got A.J. Brown. It's crazy. That team has the biggest running back in the league. And they got the biggest wide receiver in the league. A.J. Brown is a fucking monster. Him and DK are they're neck and neck for the biggest motherfucking. Sorry, I'm trying not to curse, but they're the 2 biggest wide receivers in the game right now. That's crazy how I don't know. It's just I always say that when I watch that team play. But Titans got that W, so they take control of the AFC. What is it, AFC South? Yeah. Colts are still in it though. They're gonna. I still got them making the playoffs for sure. Next game, Panthers and Vikings. This was a very close game. Came down to the last seconds of the game. The Vikings ended up pulling it out without what's his name, Adam Thielen. Teddy Bridgewater, man. Teddy Bridgewater is just fun. The Panthers not gonna make the playoffs, but I like watching Teddy Bridgewater play, man. Just his story and what happened to his knee and all of that, man. I just, it's always good to see him out there playing, and he looked good. He was out there shifty. He was out there running with the ball. He looked shifty. He looked like an athlete out there, man. Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater, but Kirk Cousins had a pretty good solid game. Dalvin Cook almost got hurt, but came back. Well, got hurt and came back, so that was a little bit scary for them. But the Vikings are in the playoff race as well at 5-6, still kinda. Is there anything from that game that I noticed other than the fact that Justin Jefferson got me 26 points on fantasy? I mean, that's it. That's nothing. There's really nothing else to say. Next, Scram Newton and the Patriots pull it off a close game against the Cardinals. Man, the Cardinals are up and down, man, because one week they look like a really good team, like a playoff-worthy team, and another week they fall a little bit short. The Patriots are playing with people's. I know Patriots fans hate watching their team play now because they're just not. It's not really I mean, I guess the last 2 or 3 years of Tom Brady era were kind of because they were pretty shoddy. They were pretty shoddy in the regular season, but this is like different just because it's no Tom Brady. So it's like they're up and they're down, they're hot, they're cold, they're yes and no. Fuck that little song. But I don't know. I don't really know what to say about them. It's just one week they're getting blown out, they're getting dominated, and then they pull out a close week the next week, or a close win the next week. So damn. I'm sorry. I tried to say his name funny. Cam Newton. Okay, so my pop filter on my mic actually like fell, and it jacked up my mic up into this port, and like I was sounding like Barry White, like my voice was super deep. So I'm just gonna replay it from here. I'm gonna start over and replay it from here. I was talking about the Patriots here, and I was trying to say Cam Newton is Cam Newton needs to play more consistent. He's been playing very, very inconsistent. One week he's hot, other weeks like this he's cold. They were still able to get a win, which is good. But for Patriots fans, to keep your playoff streak alive, I would expect you to expect a lot more out of Cam Newton. Obviously. Damn. See, something that I didn't say last time. Cam Newton is probably the toughest. He is the toughest quarterback in this league. I saw him take. He took a shot right to the jaw, you know how when you in a fight and you want to knock somebody out, you gotta hit him in the jaw, like the side of. I hit my mic again. I probably messed my mic up again. I'm not doing it again. But when you in a fight and you want to hit somebody, you hit him in the jaw. You hit him like in the side of the jaw, and you gonna knock their ass out. He took a shot he took a helmet shot out of bounds, falling out of bounds, and got back up and closed that game out. Still didn't play well, but still to be able to just get up after hits like that, and he's been taking hits like that his whole career. Can we give Cam Newton his respect, please? He's the toughest quarterback in the league. I don't want to hear nothing else. Him and Phillip Rivers. Anyways, yeah. Bottom line, Patriots need better play from Cam Newton overall, or more consistent play. And the Cardinals, they're in that in between where they're kind of like they're also very inconsistent. Kyler Murray didn't have a great game, like I said. So we'll see how they finish up. I think the Cardinals probably need another year or two before they're actually like one of those, dominant teams. Yeah. And next game. What is that noise? Oh my God! I hope y'all can't hear that. Next game is the Dolphins and the Jets. There's nothing to say about here. There's nothing to say about this game other than Miami has a top 10 defense. The Dolphins are 7-4 and well within the playoff race in the AFC. Let me see. Let me just take a quick look at the schedule or the standings. The AFC, they are currently sixth? That's sixth? Yeah, they're currently sixth. Right in front of the Colts. The Baltimore Ravens are out. Wow. And the Raiders. Let's see their schedule. They have a chance of making the playoffs? Ooh, Bengals, Chiefs, Patriots, Raiders, Bills. Ooh. So the Chiefs is definitely a loss, but other than that, the Bengals they can definitely beat. They can beat the Patriots and the Raiders and the Bills. They have a chance to make the playoffs. That'll be very interesting. Especially if Tua comes back and he plays in playoff games. Would they do that? Or would they just let Fitzmagic do it? Because I don't even know if Fitzmagic has been in the playoffs before. Would they? Wow. That's a little interesting scenario right there. I'm going to keep a close eye on that one. I'm going to keep a very close eye on that one. Shout out to the Dolphins for keeping shit interesting out here, man. What's the next game? Let me go back to my tab that has the games. There it is. The Browns. Okay, so I got some good and some bad to say about the Browns. The Browns' run game is probably top 3, top 4 in the league right now. I'm not looking at the stats, but I just off the eye test of what I've seen from they run the ball really, really well, and they probably have the best, one of the best, if not the best, running back tandems in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt was literally one of the top backs before the whole incident when you know what happened with him. If you don't know, Google Kareem Hunt history or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, to have Kareem Hunt as your backup running back behind Nick Chubb just gives you just all the room in the world to just be able to, you can play. I see the Raiders do this a lot. The Raiders they'll play Devontae Booker heavy within the first half, and then they'll close out the game with Josh Jacobs. And I think the Browns did the same thing this game. They kind of they did the opposite. I think they did Nick Chubb in the first half, and then Kareem Hunt got a little bit more touches in the second half. And that allows you to keep running backs fresh, and keep their legs fresh and keep their ups their longevity a little bit. So that's good. Baker Mayfield needs to play better. They have that run game. He needs to be able to. I've seen him miss some really, really bad, really wide open. What am I trying to say? I've seen him miss some really, really easy throws. He even said in his press conference, I believe he needs to play a little bit better. But Baker needs to step it up. Still waiting for him to just kind of like. At this point, I don't think he's going to be like that top quarterback in the league. He's going to be. I think he's going to be just like. I hope it's not, but I feel like he's gonna end up being like one of those run scheme quarterbacks where you need to have a dominant run game, or at least a solid run game for him to be effective. Because I don't think he's gonna be. I'm just gonna say from what I've seen so far, it doesn't seem like he's gonna be that guy that's gonna be like, slinging around the yard. I'm gonna throw the ball 40, 50 times and lead the team to. It doesn't seem like he's gonna be that. I think he needs a run game behind him. I think it's a lot of what we all thought Dak was going to be before this year. We all thought Dak needed a run game. We all thought he needed Zeke to be dominant for him to be effective. That's not really the case. Dak is actually a really good quarterback without Zeke. So I think we'll see. We'll see. They're 8-3 though. They're 8-3, well within the playoff race. So. And the Browns making the playoffs for the first time in how many years? I don't know. Browns fans tell me. I don't know. But I know it's a long damn time. The Jaguars, they kept it close. They played well. Mike Glennon hit some throws. I love James Robinson. He's a bruiser, man. When the Chargers played the Jaguars, and he was just, man, that boy is a bruiser. James Robinson, he came out of nowhere, too. Nobody knew his name before this year. James Robinson, yeah, man. That's hopefully he plays in the league for a long time because he's killing. He's a bruiser. That's it. Jaguars are 1-10. They're gonna have a top 3 draft pick. That's it. Next game, the Saints and the Broncos. I mean, what do you say about this game? The Saints get an easy win. They stand atop the NFC right now. Number 1 seed. They played a team that didn't have a quarterback, so to hold them to 3 points is not really a surprise. But their defense is still pretty dominant. Even besides that game, they still have a top 10 defense. Drew Brees coming back. It sucks that he's hurt because it's not really been too often where Drew Brees has had a defense this good behind him. He's always usually had kind of mediocre to okay defenses, but for him to have this defense and for him not to even be out there to play, that sucks, man. Because this is an opportunity for the Saints to actually make a real playoff push. Am I gonna call it? Hell no, because every time I try to say the Saints are going to be good this year, they always end up losing in dramatic fashion in the playoffs. 2 years in a row. 3 years? Is it 2 years or 3 years in a row? Oh, it might be 3 years in a row. Is it 3 years in a row? Because there was the miracle, the Minneapolis, what do you call it? The Minneapolis Miracle, and then there was the hit, right? There was the pass interference that wasn't pass interference, and then it was last year. What was it, y'all? Kyle Rudolph pushing off for the game winning touch. Bruh, the Vikings got their number in the playoffs. That's funny as hell, bro. 3 times in a row. I'm not even gonna call nothing for the Saints. I'm just gonna let them play. The Saints are 9-2. We'll see what they do though. We'll see what they do because it always comes down to that playoff push. It's kind of like when you talk about basketball, when you talk about the Bucks and Giannis. They're great in regular season, but it always comes down to that playoff push. You know what I'm saying? The regular season, throw that shit out the window. What you doing in the playoffs? So we'll see. Next, 49ers Rams. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple things out of the way. Deebo Samuels. Glad to see him back. One of my favorite players in the league. He played like his name. He played like Debo. He played just like his name. So I love watching him play football. Aaron Donald is freaking dominant as hell. Richard Sherman is back. He got a pick. I like to see Richard Sherman back. He's one of my favorite players as well. The 49ers snuck out a close win. I don't know if they're going to make a playoff push. Nick Mullins is a solid backup, but I don't know if he's going to be able to push them far enough into maybe even the 7th seed. I don't know. But what I really want to talk about in this game is Jared Goff. Jared Goff is just, I don't know. Jared Goff is Jared Goff. He's about what we thought he was going to be. I think he's hit his ceiling, and it's just the turnovers for him. The turnovers and just the mediocre play, man. The mediocre play. I want to see his stats. I kind of do. Let me take a minute. Let me just go to Jared Goff and see how many. Yeah, 16 and stop. Every time I open something in ESPN, it plays a video. Dang. He only got 16 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. I don't know how many fumbles he has. How many fumbles did he have? Where the fumbles at? No? I can't see him. I won't even go ahead and look for him. But yeah, it's 61% completion percentage, which isn't really bad, but for the money you're paying this guy, for him to nah, man, you're paying him money for him to lead you to a Super Bowl. Point blank period. The money he's getting, you're paying him to lead you to a Super Bowl. That's what you're paying him for. So, and it doesn't seem like he's going to do that. Now they are 7-4. They're well within the playoff race. And I remember my last video, I said that I pretty much said that they weren't going to make the playoffs. And they ended up, it was a Monday night, and they had played Monday night. They played, I don't remember who they played. They played somebody Monday night, and they ended up winning pretty dominantly. And it was like right before that game, I told them, I said that they were going to make the playoffs. So, but then they ended up winning, and then they lose now. So I'm kind of right a little bit. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm kind of rambling. Jared Goff, he's either gonna have to step it up, or I don't know what, because I don't know. The team is capped out. The team is capped out from my belief, and Jared, yeah. I'm looking at a highlight right now, and it looks like he has two picks, but he also fumbled from what it looks like at least once. So they're gonna have to figure something out there, because I don't see them making no type of playoff run with Jared Goff. So yeah, next the Chiefs and the Bucks. 2 more games. Got the Chiefs and the Bucks. The Chiefs do what they do. I will say we have seen a couple times the Chiefs kind of let teams back in, which they did it with the Bucks. The Bucks kind of they had them dead in the first half, and the Bucks kind of, Tom Brady's Tom Brady. He's gonna always compete. The Chiefs have done this before, though. They've done this a couple times, but they always end up pulling through at the end of the day. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. So Patrick Mahomes threw for damn near 500. He threw for 462 and 3 touchdowns. We all know what Tyreek did. He was going for that record. I don't know what the record is. I don't know what the record is for most receiving yards. I do remember Julio Jones having he had like a 300-yard, 3-touchdown game. I don't know the receptions. The only reason I remember that is because that year I had Julio in fantasy, and he got me like 60 points. That's the only reason I remember. But yeah, they had no answer for it. The Bucks had no answer for Tyreek Hill or Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs get another win. They're just on their way to possibly a number 1 seed. Look, what's the standings? Oh no, the Steelers are there, but the Steelers they're in a tough position. I don't know what's going on with the Steelers, man. But this COVID and this Ravens, but the Chiefs are right there. They're right there. The Pittsburgh Steelers are probably going to lose 1 or 2 games. Excuse me, I had to yawn. I could see the Pittsburgh Steelers losing a game or 2 late in the stretch. Actually, no, I don't. Because I'm looking at the schedule and I see Washington. I see the Washington football team. I see the Bills. I see the Bengals. I see the Colts, which will be a good game. I think they can definitely pull that out, though. And then I see the Browns, where I think that they have a chance to go undefeated if they can get past the Ravens whenever they decide to play. whenever they decide to play this game, if they beat the Ravens, they have a really good chance of going undefeated, because the only competition I see would be the Colts, and they can and the Browns as well. The last two games, but that's their division rival. I don't think they have. I don't think they're gonna have too much. I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry. I don't think they're gonna have too much trouble with the Browns. I think they'll be able to pull that one out. The Colts, we'll see. But if they can get past the Ravens by week 16, by week 16, they could be goddamn, what's that, 14-0. So I went from talking about the Chiefs to the damn Steelers. What the hell am I doing? All right, sorry about that. Next, the last game is the Packers and the Bears. The Bears stink. Mitchell Trubisky. I saw a video. They did Mitchell Trubisky dirty, man. NFL, y'all did him dirty. There was a video, and it's literally said Trubisky throws a perfect pass to Packers cornerback something. And that they did him dirty on that one. I just had to say that. That was hilarious. When I read that, I was like, wait. He threw it to who? But anyways, the Bears stink. They started off hot, but this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. They were like 4-2, and now they're 5-6. And yeah, the Bears, I didn't really expect them to do much of anything. The Packers are still dominant. They're kind of been off and on. They kind of stall out some games, but this game they definitely were able to turn it on. Aaron Rodgers playing out of his mind. I think he should. They're not talking about it because it's Patrick Mahomes. Now that Russell Wilson is out of the picture now because I guess he's excuse me. I think they're kind of starting to phase Russell Wilson out of the picture for the MVP race. Now it's Patrick Mahomes. But I think Aaron Rodgers really. I think before you give back-to-back to Patrick Mahomes, I think you should give it. No, not back-to-back. Before you give Patrick Mahomes a second MVP, I think Aaron Rodgers definitely. He's playing out of his mind, man. He's playing out of his mind. He's not turning the ball over. He does not turn the ball over. He just doesn't. Like, you have a quarterback, the guy who has the ball in his hands the most out of every player on the field. He does not turn the ball over. He does not. Let me just see. I just want to see just how many turnovers he has. How many picks he has. He only has 4 interceptions. Another video. When you open the link in ESPN, another video. He has 33 interceptions. Damn it, I'm talking too fast. My brain is moving faster than my mouth. This is why we do this. I'm practicing, okay? Give me some time. I'll get to the hang of this shit. He has 33 touchdowns. He's leading the league in touchdowns. He has 4 interceptions. Only 4 interceptions. There was a year where he only threw 2. I think might have been last year or the year before that. He only threw 2. Rodgers need to win MVP. That's just my opinion, bro. He need to win it. We'll see. We still got a lot of game left, but right now he needs to be the front runner. At least he needs to be the front runner. So stop disrespecting Aaron Rodgers, please. I think that's it. We got a Monday night game is the Seahawks and the Eagles. I don't know. Eagles, the Schmeagles. What they gonna do? They gonna blow this game? I don't know. I got the Seahawks winning. I don't know. I'm not gonna give you a spread. I'm not gonna give you a score. I just think the Seahawks are gonna win. The Eagles are they're in the NFC least, so they definitely have a chance of making the playoffs. But they would have to, I don't see them beating the Seahawks. That's just it. That's just it. Carson Wentz is not playing well, not playing up to his contract at all. The team is just very dysfunctional. There's a lot wrong with that team. Defense, quarterback, the receivers aren't playing well, or maybe they're not even throwing the ball to receivers because they're a really tight end heavy team. They throw the ball to the tight ends a lot. That's why they have Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. So, and that's it. Other than that, I'm gonna make a video talking about the Ravens because this is a crazy situation going on with the Ravens, man. I'm just gonna talk about it in the video. Whenever they decide to play the Steelers, I don't know. I think I have the Steelers winning that game. Whenever they decide to play, they're probably gonna postpone it till like they might make a week 18 just for this game. I don't know. We don't know what the NFL gonna do. But that's it, man. Make sure if you enjoyed, you leave a like. If you want to hear more, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Comment. Tell me I don't know nothing about football because I probably don't. I just like to talk about it. And yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all boys, man. Peace.